So we have more time. A great Monday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And I'm 1 minute late. 1 minute late because I wasn't keeping track of time. And I wasn't keeping track. ¿Esas tres son tres, ¿verdad? ¿Están todas llenas bien? Yeah. I wasn't keeping track of time because it just wasn't. I was actually kind of surprised that both my assistants came in on time. I'm going like, I was like in shock. Like, well, one of them tends to always make it on time. The other one always gets here like late. So I saw him walk in and we're like, what the hell? Something's not right. And my cats are going crazy. Kati's supposed to be on this morning, going to do a little bit of talking in regards to what is going on at the district. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the 956. I actually haven't gone out on vacation. I was supposed to go to La Ciudad de Mexico today, but I'm going to cancel that. I was supposed to go tonight, La Ciudad de Mexico, and come back tomorrow. I could still do that. But el problema es de que if I go to La Ciudad de Mexico, it's going to be really, really hard to get back here in time for the meeting. Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. Doing fine.
Uh, I was telling folks, someone was asking if I was back in the 956. I lost your sound. Can people hear it, Kathy? I can't hear Kathy.
Oh,
There you go. Hello, Kathy?
hello. Yes, can you hear me? It's
Not too
fine
good.
right here. Okay. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, I can't hear you. Can't hear. Can't hear. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can. Okay, hold on. Let me take off this.
That's better. No, lost you again.
See? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
there. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Oh, Hector. I think Hector was asking if I was back in the 956. I said I haven't gone out. I was actually planning to go to Mexico City today. I was going to go to Mexico City tonight, spend the night, do a little bit of work out there in the morning, and then come back in the late afternoon. But there is no flight that I can take where I will be back in time for the meeting. To
Tomorrow's board meeting, BISD board
tomorrow's
meeting.
tomorrow's board meeting, and I plan to make a return to the BISD boardroom tomorrow afternoon. you know,
Well, I think
and
everybody. There's been pretty interesting issues lately, so it's so out of control. It's
yeah,
called a power trip.
there's a lot of issues at BISD, and I think that one of the things that I could appreciate is that there's a lot of individuals that are on top of things. I appreciate Maggie going out there and being on top of BISD and basically taking the helm in regards to trying to be that voice out there. I think sometimes Maggie gets it a little bit on the wrong side or a lo exagerado side, but it's still a voice. And again, I'm not cutting down Maggie. uh, I actually saw Maggie yesterday. She goes, "Well, I know that you make fun of me at uh, during your shows." I go, "Like Maggie, I've always made fun of you. I made fun of you when you were on, and I make fun of you when you're off. That's just me." And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." So
But I think with many ears out there and people really paying attention to what's going on, I think that's the only way we're going to be able to understand better what's going on with our taxpayers' dollars. Because at the end of the day, it's people that are paying their property taxes or people that have their children in school and aren't getting the services that they're supposed to be getting. They're focusing on the financial issue of the agenda items that have all these millions and millions of dollars where they can say, hey, you know what, we're in the majority and we control this board regardless of what the minority thinks. I've been there, know the feeling, been there, done that.
That and
Know the feeling.
that's what you and I have in common. We've been there, and we were in that similar situation where we had to deal with an overbearing, corrupt uh, four. And let me say, guys, one of the things that I think, and this is one of the things that I'm going to mention yesterday, it doesn't end well for the individuals that are in power and try to abuse the position that they have, the four. It doesn't bide well for them. I think in your case, every single one of them. I mean, one of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of them commits suicide.
Yes.
Another one, was involved in the Barbacoa gate and now serves on BCIC. You know, giving out cash all over the place.
And you know the problem, Erasmo, sorry for to
Yeah,
interrupt, but the people, you know, like these people, they're up for election, right? You have Eddie running for what, tax assessor, and he's on that part of that majority four. So if this is what you have right now, what are we going to expect later on when he gets in that position? Guys, wake up. Wake up and start rattling cages out there and start getting people to go out and vote.
well,
Because at the end of the day, because we don't have the right elected people that care and that understand what their purpose is as they get elected, they do whatever they want with us. Whatever they want.
well, and I'm going to say this, as crazy as this may sound, guys. I don't really think that Eddie Garcia really thinks that he is going to be successful in this campaign for Texas as collector, because no one out there believes that he has a chance against Tony Zaguirre. I think it's a more of a type of an experiment thing to see, to put his feet in the water and see how he's going to bide uh, with everyone out there. I just don't think that he expects to win, and he expects to run for reelection for the BISD board. Based on what? I have no idea. No concept. Because the only thing that they have done is alienated every single group out there, except that little base that continues to funnel money into the majority's pocket, and that's what's really really unfortunate. I think that, and it's something that you mentioned, I think is really important. I can understand, Kathy, for board members and for these individuals. Saludos al que está allá atrás de ti. For these board people and these individuals, I um I could understand, Kathy, if they were out there very passionate about the curriculum, about the levels, the grades, what's actually affecting the students. But no, they're being passionate and reserved about a vendor, a possible vendor, who has ties with the superintendent, who manipulates as in charge of the majority of the individuals on the board.
as
So
they as they say, I heard this once at a conference. Hey, your superintendent doesn't have to be smart, doesn't have to know finances. If he knows how to count 1 to 4, that's all that
it's
matters.
all that
The
matters.
rest, I was like, no way. So is that what we have right now? We have a, you know, somebody that doesn't have the knowledge or the intelligence that we need, and to be able to stay focused on the primary business of the school district, which is education. You know, making sure that our students are truly prepared to go out there and challenge the issues that they're going to face and that we're all facing on a day-to-day basis. You know.
One of the things that I think, and again, call me crazy, but they're muddled up with this guy. What's the guy's name? Dennis or whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy that they got rid of from the insurance department because the guy didn't have a single clue in regards to what the hell was going on.
We the thing is that we've hired this, not we, right, but the system in place right now has hired a lot of incompetent, a lot of non-qualified individuals for the positions that we need highly qualified individuals and that know what's going on and what needs to happen. And I think that's why the system is the way it is at this moment.
It's unfortunate because again, the decisions that this board makes directly affects every single employee at the district, and we're at 6,000 employees at the district, directly affects 27, the 37,000 students, and I would dare say 200,000 parents and family members, of these individuals, and they don't care. One of the things that we have been dealing with is coming out of the 3-year pandemic, and the the iffy progress that students have made during these past years. There's a lot of catch up work out there. They're not focused on catching up the students, on making sure they excel. Post pandemic, they're concerned about the vendors. That is their concern.
And you would think that they would be ready to be able to tackle the challenges that we had, because we had that year of the pandemic that was so challenging to everybody, and students were not, they had, everybody had to adjust and adapt to go back to what we were well, it changed. So we had to make a lot of changes in order for us to be able to provide the services that are needed in the education business. In 2012, it's funny because in 2012 we were at a conference in Boston, and that conference was about technology. In 2012, they told us every district needs to be able to
Again,
communicate and be ready with technology, because the time is going to come where you guys are going to need technology 100%. And sure enough, then we got hit in 2020 with COVID. This was in 2012. The education system was already telling us, prepare, because it's gonna get to there's gonna come a day that you guys are gonna need technology 100%.
yeah. Well, it's trippy because again, this is my been my spiel for a while. The problem with our community here, not only the district, also city of Brownsville, Cameron County, is that we tend not to be proactive. Guys, if in 2012, we're going to these conferences out there, where they're letting us know, guys, y'all need to be prepared, got to get ready. And unfortunately for us, Kathy, and I don't think that you were part of this during your administration, but I remember when Sylvia and a lot of the other individuals that were on the board, all of a sudden started to promote out there, hey guys, we're going to get tablets for everybody out there, and everyone was going like, yes, that's great. And I'm going like, guys, no, it's not great. You have to ask where they're buying them, who gets a cut, and are we able to use these tablets inside the district? And the fact of the matter is, we tend to put the cart before the horse because they got all these Khajiits out there, para nada, to be paperweights, gathering dust on the bookshelves of the classrooms out there. I saw them. I visited the classrooms where the tablets were all stacked up, never used, ever used. But the vendor made a buck. Sylvia Atkinson and her people made a buck. Everyone made a buck. And our infrastructure wasn't ready, Kathy. The schools
That's right.
did not have the up game in regards to the Wi-Fi capability in order to, be able to use all these tablets. And then they became obsolete because that's what happens. I mean, I've got tablets here, guys. I've got tablets here that are obsolete, that no longer function. I got iPad here. I can't use anymore because the system that runs it now, requires a newer iPad. And this happens like every year. You're having to get a new product every year. So why the district wanted to spend $2 million on Khajiits and stuff was to appease the vendors. And I think that's part of the problem that happened at that board meeting where the vendor was out there, saying, "Hey, we want the contract, we want the bucks." And as crazy as Minerva is, she has a right to ask questions. You know,
And that is very true because I experienced the same. Let me tell you that agenda item about censure and disciplinary of a board member, it came about in 2013. In 2013, I was serving the board and serving the community with the best of my ability, the knowledge that I brought in because I was an employee of the district and I knew the system well enough to be able to navigate it and ask the proper questions. But what happens is that, and I want the people to know, because you keep saying, "Pues todos son iguales." No, we're not all the same.
no,
Some of us can be great leaders for the community, but unfortunately, the community doesn't see that. They don't see beyond that. So it's so unfortunate that we're stuck with the same crap every time that you go out and elect people. And it's like, for instance, I remember when they told me, "Oh, Jessica is running for school board and she's going to be a great leader and she's on the West Brownsville Little League." I said, "And what is she at West Brownsville Little League?" "Well, she's part of the board there." You're talking about
just
two differences, apples and oranges, not apples to apples. What does she know about the system? "Oh, she's going to be a great leader." Oh my God, she's been an embarrassment. She's your board president right now. She's an embarrassment.
gotcha.
She's weak. She doesn't have the knowledge, and
No,
she doesn't have that. She's not tenacious enough
lost you.
doing for BISD, for the system itself, and for the community. I'm a taxpayer and I'm tired of this. I am tired of the same thing. If it's not the city, it's the district. If it's not the district, it's the port. If it's not the port,
The
it's the,
county.
I mean, guys, it's going around. I don't know if it's just because people don't care enough to elect the right people that need to ask.
We lost you, Kathy. She might be back. But Kathy's 100% correct. And this is what's so unfortunate because it's the same game that is constantly played at the district, guys. And what they are trying to do to Carlos Elizondo, and I'm so proud and glad that Kathy's on today, is the same thing that Kathy went through. It's the same thing that I went through sitting on the board. This is why I will be there tomorrow.
And,
I
and you
will.
know what, Asmo? It's good that you're going to be there because let me tell you, that they can't tell us what it really is. We know what it is.
You know what
We
it is.
know what's behind it. And another thing, SHARS, the special ed financial where they do billing, right? That's where I think Denise is involved and she's connected to that also, right?
They all
So I
are.
want the people to know that program itself.
They
So
all are.
what we do is, yes, we have to have somebody that does our billing. And I remember back when I was on the board, Miss Lucy Longoria had challenged it, and she says, "Well, why can't our system do it? And we save all that money, and we keep that money instead of having to pay a private company to do the billing for us." And it's the billing for all our special ed, special needs students that are attending BISD, and that's basically what it is, right? So that we lost that. Lucy and I tried, and then we tried other, to challenge other issues, and we were just a pest on their side. And I guess the majority said, "You know what, we're gonna keep their mouths shut. This is what we're gonna do. We're going to do an agenda item where we're going to censor, right? Censure. Well, they wrote the wrong word and we questioned it. And Lucy and I were getting censored, right? So we're like, okay. So, and this came about from the board attorney, the BISD board attorney that was the one that, that pushed for it. So to help, and unfortunately, when they did that, we couldn't be a voice to the people that had elected us to be there to question the things that needed to be questioned. So we ended up being shut down for the remainder of the time that we served our community. And it was so heartbreaking because if we wanted to discuss something, we needed two board members to support our agenda item. In other words, if I want to talk about the fields in the high schools or the gyms that need work done. Well, Miss Presas, do you have two board members that can support you? Well, at that time, it was only Lucy Longoria and myself. We were really outnumbered. It was 5 against 2, and the board consists of 7 board members, right? And so we were like, okay, so I guess we can't put agenda items anymore. We're just sitting here, and it's sad. And every time we wanted to question something, they would shut us up. We couldn't. They would ignore us. We didn't. I mean, literally, the rest of the board members disrespected the people that elected a voice. And what a shame when they start disrespecting the voters. It's a shame because I'm a taxpayer, and if I elect somebody, I hope that they respect my person that I was part of electing, so they could be our voice.
Well,
And that's what's happening, guys.
an interesting dynamic, and again, I understand that it is very difficult, Kathy, for individuals out in the community to completely grasp the concept because they have not been there. It's until you are there and feel the sting of the 4-3 or the 5-2, which is something that I went through as well. I went through the 5-2 as well. The common denominator in Kathy's case and in my case, which is the most recent ones that I could think of, the common denominator is the corrupt majority that took advantage, that swindled, that pocketed the money that should go to your children, to you teachers, and to the community as a whole. And this it's the same game. The players have changed. It's the same game. Now it's the majority, they're in the four, who are seeking, at least three of them are seeking, not Jessica. Jessica can't seek a GED, much less seek a higher position. Guys, it is the three that are seeking political office at the county level in the near future that you really should worry about, because they don't only want to skim off contracts or be a part of the game, they also want you to pay them for it. So that's what's really, really disgusting. They don't only want to pocket the money that should go to your children, they also want to pocket your taxpayer dollars by getting a patient from you as a member of this community, of this county. And that's what's really, the players have changed. It's still the same game.
But you see, tomorrow it's an important meeting because what's going to happen is they're going to continue to shut those. They're going to do the same thing to them with. And you know what? When Minerva Peña was on the prevailing majority, I was board member with her, and she was on that, you know, side. And
Yeah.
I would ask her, Minerva, they can't do this to us. We're all elected officials. We all have the right to be the voice for the community, regardless whether you like the questions or not. We have to discuss them. What, we're supposed to be rubber stamp, just vote yes, yes, without questioning things? No. When I first got elected, I used to see board members open up their package right the day of the board meeting, opening up a package which we had to have reviewed two,
All
3 days
weekend.
prior to the meeting to prepare. No, by that time I said, my God, these guys, they already know what they're going to do. And they're the same little group, and they already discussed it. They said, hey, this is the way we're going to vote, and that's it. Without reviewing the backup, the information that was necessary to be able to make a decision.
A fact-based decision, and that's what's unfortunate, because we would get packages on Friday and have all weekend, to mull over them and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that well in tune with what was going on, and that's what's unfortunate. I've had my issues with Minerva. Minerva was part of the majority, the Sylvia Atkinson majority as well. It's crazy, but the similarities are amazing. And again, in the majority, she got manipulated into going out there and doing. This majority doesn't need her. The day that they would need her is the day that she would probably flip on over. And that's unfortunate. And again, folks, we don't need these type of individuals on the board. We need individuals that are free thinkers. We need a board that is willing to work with every single member that was elected. You don't have to work with the superintendent. The superintendent works for you.
Exactly.
It's not a team of 8. It's a team of 7 that ultimately decides if the superintendent is doing his job, needs to go. The superintendent does not work with elected officials. He works for the
And for the
elected officials.
community. And
Well,
for the
the
community.
elected officials
He,
who were voted in by the community to oversee the job of the superintendent and the board attorney. And let me tell you right now, the board attorney needs to go too. They need to
what?
go. As much as Salazar needed to go, O'Hanlon
O'Hanlon. Oh,
needs to go
O'Hanlon.
as well.
He's still there?
Yes.
Oh my God, I thought he was gone. And you see, that's another issue. That's another thing. When you hire these I remember the when they elected, this is just a true fact. When we went out to, because the board majority wanted a new attorney, I asked the president at that time, I said, "Sir, why are we changing board attorneys? They're doing their job. We're not paying that many we're not involved in lawsuits. I mean, it's going well. We're paying less for attorney fees." And he says, "Well, we're gonna go and look for somebody that's gonna do what we want." Ah, okay. I thought that the attorney's supposed to keep us from getting into trouble and not and keeping the
Overstepping our
system,
bounds.
yeah, overstepping our boundaries, keeping everything in place and check from the administrative to us in between and all that. And he says no, because like that he's gonna do what we want. I said, oh, okay, so I guess we're going in a different direction now. So when the bids came in, not the bids, but the RFQs came in, request for qualifications. So we were supposed to see the qualifications of all the attorneys that submitted for services to be provided for us, right? Well, you would grade them, and the one with the highest points would be the one that would be the one selected or recommended, right? Well, lo and behold, we get one. We hired the one that scored a 57. He had 57 points. All the others had 90s, 100.
Doesn't
They were
matter.
like right, they were above and beyond the expectation that we were needing. The knowledge was just amazing. They had school law experience, over 50 years of school law, of education law. And then we hire one that's a criminal lawyer. And I'm like,
El
well,
Baltasar.
this guy's never done school law. How are we gonna hire this guy? And then, well, they started paying him 200. Then it went to 300, and I was like, my, no doubt that we're heading in the wrong direction. But oh well, I'm in the minority, and it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Miss Longoria says. If that's what the board wants, the majority. So they did. They managed to get one that scored a 57 instead of getting the best of the best. So that's what you have. When you elect these people, they want mediocrity. They think that you deserve the the least
The
experienced, the
minimum.
least knowledgeable, but yet highly paid. That's another thing. Like the superintendent has really no knowledge to run a district our size. Um, I know that Edinburgh was anxious to get rid of him because he was in Edinburgh, and they were anxious to get rid of him because of the mess that he left behind over there. And why am I saying this? Because I had board members that were part of that board when he was a superintendent. And the first thing they said, good luck and be careful because he's not the sharpest tool in the
In the
shed.
shit. No, he's not. And let me say, one of the things that my computer's going crazy. There. One of the things that I think Kathy mentioned, guys, all you need is those 4. And what happens when you get those 4 is individuals that are not qualified for the positions, like Baltasar Salazar, who did probably more as much damage to the district as Sylvia Atkinson. And that's what's amazing. So the question is, with these 4 that are now in the majority, are we getting another Sylvia Atkinson, another Baltasar Salazar? You better believe it. Because the way that I see it, they're starting to line up their people. And someone mentioned it up here. Isn't it amazing how all of a sudden Denise gets all these jobs when all she ever worked for was as secretary? And now she's getting jobs with individuals who are feeding into the district and taking money from the district as well. Is it coincidence? No.
The smart people will align it. The smart people can put two and two together. Okay, so it's unfortunate because this girl had never had those type of positions or opportunities. She got elected, the doors were open, she took advantage, and there she is.
100%. I will be there tomorrow with my armor on. Your armor all? You could do my tires. Oh, armor on. I thought armor all.
Armor on.
Yes. Appreciate that Susan is going to be there tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow. I will make my return to BISD and my return from my months, a couple months of hiatus and my months of rest. It's time to get them together. It's come time to come back, and it's time to fight. Uh, Look, I've been very vocal when I need to speak about Carlos Elizondo. I've been vocal about it. I've shared it here publicly. I don't hide anything. What they are doing to Carlos Elizondo, what they
It's
plan
wrong.
to do to Carlos Elizondo is wrong.
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
It is wrong.
I've
And
been there, I've experienced it. He deserves to have the respect that the majority want because they're in control, but he deserves to be our voice. He deserves to be outspoken, and he deserves the respect of the other people that are doing their shenanigans, under the table, behind closed doors, because that's what's happening, guys. They're shutting up the board members that are wanting to get the right answers for us because they are supposed to be making sure that our taxpayers' dollars are not being taken advantage of and they're not being wastefully spent. And they're taking that away from us as citizens, as taxpayers. And I'm telling you, I want Carlos Elizondo to be given the opportunity to speak up just like he deserves, just like anybody else deserves to speak up when they're talking in that board meeting.
100%. And like I said this before, if it was being done to anybody else on there, I would still be bitching about it because at the end of the day, they all deserve to be heard. The problem is the abuse of the position, the
Their
abuse of
power,
power,
their
the abuse of
power. There,
position,
it goes to their head.
the abuse of
I mean,
power.
yes, they think that they're above the law and that nobody's going to do anything. Well, let me tell you one thing. Remember those board members. Some of them are already running for position. Do not consider them for any future positions in our community. Please, please. That's why we're in the mess that we're in all the time.
A mess. Guys, tomorrow is a good day to show a stance of force. And I am praying that by being there tomorrow, side by side with Susan, Kathy, Maggie, and the many other people that will be there at the meeting.
Lucy
Uh,
Longoria is also going.
Lucy
Lucy
Longoria,
Longoria, who experienced the same
main
thing.
thing.
And guys, this is not BS. This is the truth. This I went through a lot and I wanted to ask the questions and they would shut me up. And it's such a horrible feeling because I was supposed to do my job as I took an oath. When I took that oath, I I took it very seriously and much at heart. That I knew that I had to defend and protect and serve with the best of my ability, and it was to serve my community, not anybody else. When we get elected, we serve the citizens. That's that's who we serve, and our God. That's
100%.
it.
And it's going to be an interesting meeting tomorrow. Vamos todos. I will be there.
Yes, Susan. I'm gonna say it, and I know it's early in the morning, but I'm sorry, pero vamos todos porque yo ya estoy hasta la madre. I am so sick of it, so tired.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that a lot of folk out there, uh, they want us to tire. They want us to sit back. And I'm very proud that there's a lot of individuals in the community that are tired. hasta la mother, and
Mhm.
will not sit back, will not be quieted, will continue to fight. And again, what they are doing to Carlos Elizondo is wrong in so many ways, because just because you can do it, it doesn't mean that you should do it. And again, one of the things I had this conversation with Eddie. I said, God, look, man, let's put everything aside. We need you all to work together. You don't have to like Carlos. You don't have to like, I guess, Minerva or Frank Ortiz, right? You don't have to like them. You have to work with them,
That's right.
because you have to come together, because that is what is in the best interest of the community. You've got an individuals now, and I mentioned this when we mentioned this. You got individuals out there that are seeking higher office, seeking positions at the county, and will probably seek even higher positions, guys. If they can't work together with someone who's a volunteer, because being a board member is a volunteer thing. It's not paid position. If you got someone who cannot work together with six other individuals, how do you expect them to work
With
together with a team of 1,000 or 500 or 300, depending on what the size of their office is, Kathy?
Yep, yep. And let me tell you, they need to in the corporate world or business mind, right? It's like I used when I was in management. I used to tell my girls, I don't care if you love each other or don't love each other. You come to work, you're getting paid, you're going to work together as a team. When you walk out of that door, you guys don't have to hold hands and talk to each other or enjoy the day together. But when you come to my store and you're going to work, we're going to work as a team. I don't care whether you like her personality or not. We're here to work together as a team. And unfortunately, the board members that are in the majority and they're on a power trip, they
Diana
just
Laura Perez.
they
Sorry,
forget
sorry, my bad.
they forget that they're supposed to work together as a team. And that creates the animosity, the division, and unfortunately, it, who suffer? The students, who the parents, the taxpayers, the community itself, and the system. The entire system suffers. We've had so many issues: air conditioning, the this issue with Carlos. I mean, this district has had a lot of issues, and then I'm surprised how the audacity they go to this conference and then supposedly he's the best superintendent. I don't know if they've really seen everything that's been going on in our community. I think they leave that out. You know, I don't know.
Well, again, am I on? Yeah. I've been doing some work on the side, but I'm always on. Um, Look, guys, every single individual on there was voted in by their respective supporters. Everyone. They all deserve to be heard. They all deserve a voice. They need to be permitted to do that which the individuals who elected them on there to do. And look, I've tried to shy away a lot from a lot of the, well, this guy's sleeping with that guy, or this person is doing this over here and that over there. I'm trying to separate from it as much as possible, because I don't, unless it directly affects the lives of the other individuals. Because I have mentioned, the issues with the affairs going on there, but more than anything, because it affects other workers out there. I don't care who people sleep with. Honestly, I don't care who people sleep with. I hate when they try to silence someone who was elected by a majority of folks out there, no matter who it is, and the only reasoning behind it is because you can. Well, let me tell you, community out here, a group of community members out here, are going to remind you tomorrow that you cannot, and you should not, but you probably still will. And that's what's amazing.
No, and the audacity when they do that. So if they don't respect us when we go and speak in front of them, what makes you think that they respect you at all? Just think about that. If we go as a community, as taxpayers, and ask and plead that they allow that Mr. Elizondo, that Carlos Elizondo, and the rest of the board are given the opportunity to speak and ask the questions at every board meeting and when necessary. If they ignore us, what makes you think that they deserve to be elected for any other position? Stop and think, or re-elected, because some of them are going to want to be reelected in 2024. It's my understanding that some of them are seeking to get reelected in 2024. You know, so if they're doing this to us, what makes you think that they deserve to get reelected?
Yeah, and good luck with that. A warning, and I'm going to make mention of this tomorrow when I speak before the board. A warning: the individuals that did this to me, in my case, Sylvia, Prisi, and Drew, did not get reelected. Well, Sylvia was in jail, but Prisi and Drew did not get reelected, guys. And it wasn't solely because it wasn't solely because they came after Erasmo Castro. It was because they were a corrupt majority who had the power and thought they could do anything that they wanted. And these individuals were led by Baltasar Salazar and Sylvia Atkinson. Baltasar Salazar is no longer in the district and will never ever be in the district again.
Thank you, Jesus. I prayed for that day so hard, and Lord heard my prayers.
Sylvia
He
Atkinson,
did so much damage.
yeah, so much that Sylvia Atkinson got 3.5 more years in jail. And now I hear that her sister wants to run for school board. So that's going to be interesting too. Sylvia Atkinson has 3.5 more years in jail, guys, and she will never be able to run for office ever again. Will never be able to hold a teaching position ever again, and probably got cut out of any retirement money that she had coming her way. And that's well deserved because she deserves every single thing that she gets. So does Prissy, and so does Drew. And now we are at the forefront of a new generation of individuals who, like their predecessors, attempted to do to Kati, Lucy, and to Erasmo Castro. And we're still here. We're still speaking out.
We're still standing
We're still standing.
until the day we die.
And we will
Hey,
be
I ain't
there.
gonna keep my mouth shut, and I
And
know
we
you're not.
and we will be there. We will be there tomorrow, front and center. I will be there at 4 o'clock, 4:30 to be one of the first ones to sign up to speak because I will speak tomorrow. It's going to be a fun and dandy day because you could kick us, you could slap us, you could attempt to knock us down. We come right back up, and we'll be there tomorrow. And I will do everything that I can to make sure that most individuals in this community, a lot of individuals in the community, know exactly what you've done or what you plan to do. But the worst of the worst out there, let me say, Jessica Gonzalez is probably the stupidest individual I've ever met in my life. The stupidest individual. So it's going to be interesting. Notification will be posted later on today. Good job. How many affairs in the political seats are there? Oh, wow. It's easier to count how many are not. Go live tomorrow. I will do that. Someone asked me about that, and I said, yeah, I think I can do that. I will go live. I'll make sure that I get most individuals who are going forward to speak. And I will, as someone asked me to make sure that most individuals here in the community, are aware of what's going on. So, yeah, I'll do that. It'll be interesting. Uh, well, there's other matters. Kathy, I don't know if you heard. There was a couple of individuals. I don't know if you saw this in my page that went out there and went to Morning Glory, and they they stole an ornament from Morning Glory. And guys, I don't know why individuals don't understand that there's cameras out there for everything, everything, uh,
Oh my God.
everything. There's cameras out there, and they were caught on camera. And it's funny, but they did contact me last night. I did have a conversation with them, and they are going to return the David. It's a little statue of David, and they will be returning it, and will be accepting it on behalf of Morning Glory, and I will be delivering it tomorrow there at Morning Glory, and I'm going to ask that no charges be pressed, please. They're kids, sonsos, stupidity, and they're very apologetic. And they promise not to do it again. So we'll see. They should be coming in today to deliver the David, and I'll take pictures of the David, me and the David, and I will be returning it, and I'll make sure to take some pictures tomorrow at Morning Glory. I hope I get a breakfast on the house for getting their David return. But I'm going to ask them to please not press charges against the kids. They're kids, so I'm going to do that as long as they return the stuff that they took. I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Fair. Uh, Let me say, guys, and I'm going to make mention of this. Uh, there was a post on social media uh, in regards to some happenings at Chromac, and I will make mention of this. Uh, there's some accusations being made in regards to a substitute teacher. I have opted to wait a little bit in regards to posting anything in regards to the matter on there, because at this moment there aren't enough facts out there. And one of the things that I've always shared, you've got to be very, very careful with a lot of accusations that are made against individuals, because that is another cut that I was dealt, another hand that I was dealt while I was on the BISD board, because I was accused of crap and a half, of cocoreando with students, of having sex with students in my car at a local restaurant. And let me tell you guys, accusations that could actually destroy an individual, accusations that were proven very, very false and 100% not true. But again, I've also seen individuals in the district, guys. I've had teachers come up to me and say, Erasmo, a fellow teacher accused me of this and this and that. Horrible things, guys. And the individual, was never proven guilty, but it did destroy his life. I mean, the guy went down in regards to his health and got cancer. Horrible, horrible situation. But not everyone, guys, can bounce back from horrible accusations. Not everyone can bounce back from being censored or being quieted on the board. You know, not all of us are built the same way. I think one of the things that I've always appreciated about Kati is that we're on the tougher side.
Oh, yes.
So
And
we're
let me tell you, I have a brother that says, the more you pick on her poker, she's going to become stronger. So
yeah,
beware, because she doesn't give up. She's going to come right back, and you're not going to like it.
gonna bite you in the ass.
It's going to bite you in the ass. Exactly.
Let me say one of the things that when Sylvia Atkinson orchestrated the accusations against me, that morning that I found out about the accusations, they hit me from left field. Uh, she was walking into the BISD building, and I met her at the parking lot, and I told her, "You effing missed, you effing bitch." I told her straight at her face, because that's one of the things I think Katy and I have in common. Yo no voy a hablar mal de ti a tus espaldas. Yo
I'm going to say it to your face.
te lo voy a
You know,
cantar en tu cara.
that's right. And that means that we have a lot of cojones, regardless of who you are. Like
They-
it, fine. You don't feed me. You don't support me. I don't live from you. So I don't need,
Me
if you like
vale.
it, fine. And if you like it, fine. If you don't like it, too bad. So
So
sad.
I went after her and I said, "You effing miss, you effing bitch." And y le dije, when you shoot at the king, you better not miss. And you missed, you piece of crap. I'm not even. I was very, very verbal and very, very vocal, and my words were one of the things that I don't know if I ever told you, Kathy. One of the things that was so funny was that I literally went at her, blah, 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 blah. And then Philip was there, and then we started to walk away, and then she comes at us like, "Well, I didn't do anything," and I said like, "Shut the hell up, Lee! I know exactly what you did, you piece of crap." Anyway, what was funny is later on, Katy, Baltasar Salazar, your camarada, he
Not at all.
he goes to the district, and he goes and tries to get the camera footage because he wanted to prove and to say and to show so that they could censor me more, to show that Erasmo Castro lunged at a board member, at a fellow board member. It was so funny about it, Katy, is that the camera system at the Glass Palace, it goes into intervals like dung 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 all the way around the building. So when it it caught when I went after her, it was in the back. But when she's coming after me, that's when it caught it. So it looked like she was coming after me and not me going after her.
It
so
backfired.
so
It
what the
backfired.
Salazar couldn't use the footage. I could have probably used the footage. I didn't find out about it till after I was no longer a board member, and I laughed my ass off. I was like, "That's what you get." But I did go after that chick. You're very good at it, Kathy, and I love that. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, I only try to stand up for myself and for everybody. For those that don't have a voice, that's who I am.
Did they make these accusations, Erasmo, before or after you went to the FBI? After I went to the FBI is when they came at me with everything that they had, with the entire force of the district, a $500 million budget, and all their attorneys. They came after me with everything they had. They had nothing. They could find nothing because they searched my emails, my social media platform, everything. They found nothing because there was nothing. And I'm still here. And like Kati, we're still standing and we're still speaking out. We will not be quieted. We will not be shut down ever.
Thank you, Jesus, and bless it.
If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly.
Oh, you better believe it.
Not a
You
cute
better
little
believe
panda.
it.
Not a
No, no,
cute
no, no,
panda
no, no.
or not a pace
No.
koala.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Hey, let me tell you, if if I don't know. I have a brother who says, I don't want to piss you off, sister. I don't like to see you that way. And I'm the baby sister. So when my older brother tells me, hi, sister, I don't want to see you. I don't want to get you pissed. Just please.
I'm going. I wouldn't miss it. Guys, get there early because it's going to be standing room only. And
Pack
I
the place, guys. Pack the place. Let
like the
them
place.
know that we are watching them, that we're paying attention. Enough is enough. They get elected and all of a sudden they forget, oh, they're putting you the pretty face, the innocent face when they're running for election. Erasmo, oh, hi. How do they do it? Real like,
Oh,
hi.
hey.
No, they don't show their true colors. They don't show that they're not vocal like we are. What you see is what you get. What better than that, guys? Why do you want to elect somebody that comes
a,
across like,
a cheerleader,
real innocent? Huh?
a cheerleader.
Yeah. Oh, like the cheerleader that just got elected for city commission. Pobrecita. Pero bueno, that's what the people
Okay,
wanted.
Kathy, it's kind of weird because I haven't heard a single cheer from her. Or they thought like, yes, we're going to do this. Yeah.
Do you? No, no. She was like, do you think that this District 2 needs new streets? And she would put, and then the people, they looked at her like, what? And then they said, she asked again. No, 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 no. Oh my God.
Haven't heard a single cheer from the cheerleader.
No, and she was supposed to withdraw from the GPIC, no, también, because she said that
BCIC.
as soon as she got elected, she was going to withdraw.
Oh no, they're out there giving money to all the compadres. Oh, to your friend, Zeke Silva.
Hombre. Oh my Lord.
Zeke Silva.
It's so
Me da
sad.
mucha Al Zeke Silva, me da mucha risa because Zeke supported all these people, all these craps, all of them.
I know, no, sí, and he and I said, está bueno, okay, guy, pues a ver cómo nos va.
But the guys,
all we can do is say,
but the guys
see
out
how
there
it
getting all
goes.
this money from BCIC, hundreds of $400,000 from BCIC. So you're going like, what? Of course, you're going to support these pieces of crap.
No, 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 no.
And
It's
that's
so
part of the
sad.
problem with a lot of individuals. Look, Susan, there's no interest in there. There's not something that I want to go sell my enchilada plates, which she still owes me a damn enchilada plate. Susan Rubalcaba, not wanting to sell the Susan plates, the cheese enchilada plates to the district. Doesn't want to provide home care services for the district. It's an individual that has no vested interest in there.
No, she has no vested interest. She's an independent owner. She works hard. She has her own company, just like we. I have my own company. I work hard. I make a living, just like any other citizen that's trying to make a living and work hard and survive and live well.
Yeah.
But these people, they use those positions so they can get ahead of the game, and do their shenanigans, because that's what they do. And they're doing it off of us, guys.
100%. And
They're doing it off of us, and
it's
we're
like
allowing them.
we're allowing to do it. Look, guys, I marry people. I do not want to use the boardroom to marry anyone. Don't want to marry anyone having an affair with anyone out there. I don't, and I think Frankie is going to share tomorrow in regards to what this whole thing about the affair is. That's going to be interesting tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning on Frankie's Good Morning Brownsville show. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting couple of days, I think, for the community of Brownsville. But guys, please arrive early at the BISD boardroom on Price Road at the Glass Palace. Please,
1900 East Price Road.
1900
1900 East Price Road.
right next to Captain Bob.
That's right.
Share the
Plenty
affair.
of parking.
Oh, Frankie will be sharing his information in regards to what he has in regards to the affairs. Guys, I'll be at Captain Bob's at 4 o'clock. I don't know if I think it's still open. I'll be there at 4 o'clock and go out to go sign an hour and a half before, probably 4:30. Go sign up before for public comment, and then come back to Captain Bob's and just wait. So I invite Kathy and Susan and Maggie and everybody else that's going. Guys, let's stop by Captain Bob's and help promote his changarro. Changarro.
His business.
Es su
His seafood
negocio. His
business.
seafood business.
Best shrimp south of the border.
Good morning, Brian. Kathy, anything else we need to cover this morning?
No, but we'll follow up with the what is it? The appraiser. Remember that we discussed that?
Oh
I
yeah,
have some information. I'm going to finalize it. I'm going to try to expose a couple of things that I got to expose. People that aren't paying the taxes that we are. Just a lot of injustice. It's unbelievable how they take advantage of us.
crazy. But I appreciate Kathy putting that information together. And again, it's great to have individuals. Maggie is specializing, specializing her time and dedicating her time to the district, and that's great. Kathy, because of her field, because she's in real estate, is out there helping us with everything to do with the appraisal values and the Cameron County Tax Assessor's Office and everything else. That's great, and that's what we need. And I know that Susan is continuously out there dealing with city of Brownsville issues, especially Tanasca, PUB and stuff. And that's what we need. We need individuals that each of us focus on a certain matter and then come together and we share the wealth of knowledge that we acquire. Because again, it's very, very difficult, guys, for one individual to do it all. So I'm very proud that we're all working together, working separately but together, and I think that's amazing. That's
what
deserves.
we should form a non-for-profit watchdogs, and we have an individual designated,
Yeah.
watchdogs, right?
Yeah.
And I
So
mean,
we have that informally now, and I think that's amazing and that's great. And that is what is needed, guys, from the 7 individuals that were elected to serve you, me, and everyone else in this community on that BISD board. That's what
Yep.
we need. We deserve. We need 7 independent individuals that will come together, put aside anything personal, anything in the past, put aside everything, and just work together for the greater good of our children and our community as a whole. That's what we need. That's what we deserve.
That's what we deserve.
It's not what we have. We have 4 individuals that are going after one. Kathy, have a beautiful day.
You too. Enjoy the day. Talk
Guys,
to you
have a great
later.
day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still doing all that crap, guys. Have a great day. I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.
Have a